Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something we all face but rarely discuss: the struggles within ourselves. Each one of us carries a burden, a whisper of doubt that can sometimes drown out our potential. Let's dive into 9 things you might be wrestling with, and together let's find a path to overcome them. First, authenticity. In a world that constantly pushes us to conform, it's easy to lose sight of who we really are. Embrace your individuality. You are unique, and that's your strength. Don't be afraid to show your true self to the world. Next, fear. Fear can be paralyzing. It stops us from pursuing our dreams, from taking that leap of faith. But fear is not the enemy. Acknowledge it, look it in the eye, and take action despite it. Remember, the most successful people are often those who have learned to dance with their fears. Then there's self-doubt. We all experience it. That nagging voice that tells us we're not good enough. It's a universal struggle. But remember, self-doubt is just noise. Don't let it define your journey. Silence it with action, and prove to yourself that you are capable. Fourth on our list is perfectionism. We live in a culture that idolizes perfection. But let me tell you, perfection is an illusion. Embrace your imperfections. They are what make you human. Life is about progress, not perfection. Fifth, we must seek balance. Life can often feel overwhelming. Work, relationships, and personal time can collide. It's crucial to find a balance. Make time for what matters: your passions, your family, and most importantly, yourself. Next, let's talk about forgiveness. Holding on to grudges only weighs you down. Learn to forgive yourself for past mistakes and forgive others for their wrongs. It's a gift you give not only to them, but also to yourself. Seventh, pursue your passion. Find what ignites that fire within you. Don't let the daily grind extinguish your dreams. Passion fuels purpose. Make it a priority. Eighth, embrace vulnerability. We often see vulnerability as a weakness, but it's actually a sign of strength. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open the door to deeper connections and genuine experiences. Cultivate resilience. Life will throw challenges your way. This is a guarantee. It's not about avoiding those challenges, it's about how you respond to them. Develop the strength to bounce back, to rise after every fall. Remember this: the struggle is real, but so is the strength within you. Acknowledge your battles, embrace your journey, and rise to meet the challenges head on. You have the power to overcome anything that stands in your way. Authenticity is about embracing who you truly are, without the masks we often feel pressured to wear. In a world filled with social expectations and comparisons, it's all too easy to conform to the ideals that others set for us. We may find ourselves altering our behavior, opinions, or even our dreams just to fit in. But when we do this, we risk losing sight of our true selves. To be authentic is to stand firm in your beliefs, values, and identity, regardless of external pressures. It requires courage to be vulnerable and to show the world your genuine self, especially when that self may not align with the status quo. Authenticity means acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, embracing your quirks, and celebrating what makes you unique. When you operate from a place of authenticity, you create deeper connections with others. People are drawn to sincerity. They can sense when someone is being real versus when they're putting on a facade. By being true to yourself, you invite others to do the same, fostering an environment of trust and openness. This kind of authenticity can lead to more meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. It's important to remember that being authentic doesn't mean you won't face criticism or rejection. There will always be those who prefer conformity. But by staying true to yourself, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and confidence that can't be easily shaken. You'll find that when you embrace who you are, you attract the right people into your life, those who appreciate you for you. Authenticity is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous self-reflection and a commitment to personal growth. As you evolve, so will your understanding of what it means to be authentic. Give yourself permission to change and adapt while remaining true to your core values. This fluidity is a natural part of the process. In a society that often glorifies superficiality, choosing authenticity can be a radical act. But it's one of the most liberating decisions you can make. When you choose to live authentically, you open the door to a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and genuine connection. Embrace your true self, for that is where your greatest strength lies. Fear is a powerful emotion that can grip us at our core, often stopping us in our tracks and keeping us from pursuing our dreams. It manifests in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Each of these fears can create a barrier that feels insurmountable, whispering doubts that hold us back from taking risks and stepping outside our comfort zones. While fear is a natural response, it's essential to recognize that it doesn't have to dictate our actions. Many of us allow fear to become a wall rather than a hurdle. When we do this, we miss out on opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Facing our fears head-on is often the key to unlocking our potential. By acknowledging and confronting what scares us, we can diminish its power over our lives. It's crucial to understand that fear can serve as a guide rather than a barrier. It can signal that we're on the brink of something significant, whether that's a new opportunity, a chance to grow, or a moment that pushes us toward our goals. When we feel fear, it often means we're stepping into uncharted territory where growth happens. Instead of running from fear, we should lean into it. Embracing fear means understanding it, dissecting it, and finding the root cause. Is it the fear of not being good enough? The fear of being judged? By identifying these sources, we can challenge their validity and begin to reshape our mindset. Consider reframing your perspective on fear. Rather than viewing it as an enemy, see it as a teacher. What lessons can it provide? What insights can it offer about your desires and aspirations? This shift can transform fear from a crippling force into a powerful motivator, pushing you to take bold actions that align with your true self. Remember that you're not alone in facing fear. Everyone experiences it, from those just starting their journey to seasoned professionals. Sharing your fears with trusted friends, mentors, or even through journaling can help to diffuse their intensity. Often, voicing what we fear can reveal that it's not as daunting as we once thought. The goal isn't to eliminate fear completely, it's to learn how to navigate it. As you encounter challenges, build resilience by taking small steps toward the things that scare you. Each step taken in the face of fear builds confidence, reinforcing the idea that you are capable of overcoming obstacles. Embrace the journey of facing your fears. Remember, every moment of fear you confront is an opportunity for growth and transformation. By choosing to engage with fear rather than shy away from it, you empower yourself to live a life filled with courage, authenticity, and possibility. Self-doubt is a common struggle that affects everyone at some point in their lives. It creeps in quietly, often whispering messages that undermine our confidence and abilities. This inner critic can lead us to question our worth, our talents, and even our decisions, creating a heavy cloud of uncertainty that can be difficult to shake off. When self-doubt arises, it can feel isolating, as if we're the only ones grappling with these feelings. However, it's essential to remember that self-doubt is part of the human experience. Even the most accomplished individuals face moments of insecurity and hesitation. What distinguishes those who thrive from those who remain stuck is how they respond to this inner turmoil. To combat self-doubt, it's crucial to recognize its presence and understand its origins. Often, self-doubt is rooted in past experiences, comparisons to others, or unrealistic expectations we set for ourselves. It can be exacerbated by societal pressures that tell us we must always be perfect or successful. By identifying the sources of our self-doubt, we can start to challenge and dismantle the narratives that fuel it. One effective way to counter self-doubt is through self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend facing similar feelings. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel unsure at times and remind yourself that these feelings don't define your abilities or potential. By practicing self-compassion, you create a safe space for growth and resilience. Reframing negative thoughts can help shift your mindset. Instead of allowing self-doubt to dictate your actions, challenge those negative beliefs. Ask yourself whether there is evidence to support these thoughts or if they are merely assumptions. Often you'll find that the things you doubt about yourself are unfounded or exaggerated. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can also make a significant difference. Seek out friends, mentors, or colleagues who uplift you and reinforce your strengths. Engaging in open conversations about your doubts can help normalize these feelings and provide you with perspective. Remember, vulnerability can lead to deeper connections and often reveals that others share similar struggles. Another powerful tool is to take action, even in small ways, despite your self-doubt. Setting achievable goals and taking steps toward them can build confidence over time. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in your abilities. Celebrate those victories. Acknowledging that progress is a journey that requires patience and persistence. It's important to recognize that self-doubt may never completely vanish. Instead, it can become a manageable aspect of your life. By developing strategies to address it, you can learn to coexist with self-doubt while still pursuing your goals and dreams. Overcoming self-doubt is not about eliminating it entirely, but about transforming your relationship with it. By acknowledging your doubts, practicing self-compassion, and taking proactive steps, you empower yourself to rise above the noise of insecurity. Remember, you are capable, worthy, and deserving of success. Embrace your journey with all its ups and downs, and let self-doubt be a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Perfectionism is a mindset that can feel like both a driving force and a heavy burden. It often manifests as an insatiable desire to achieve flawless results in everything we do. While striving for excellence can lead to great accomplishments, perfectionism can also create a paralyzing fear of failure and an overwhelming sense of inadequacy. When we set impossibly high standards for ourselves, we risk feeling disappointed and disillusioned, even in the face of genuine success. The roots of perfectionism often lie in various influences: upbringing, societal expectations, or past experiences. Many perfectionists internalize the belief that their worth is tied to their accomplishments. This mindset can lead to chronic stress and anxiety as the fear of making mistakes looms large. Every error feels like a failure, and every setback can lead to harsh self-criticism. Instead of celebrating progress, perfectionists often focus on what they perceive as shortcomings. This relentless pursuit of perfection can be incredibly isolating. It creates a barrier to vulnerability and authenticity, as individuals may feel they must present a polished facade to the world. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, as no one wants to show their flaws or struggles. It's essential to recognize that nobody is perfect and everyone has their challenges. The pressure to appear flawless can prevent meaningful connections and hinder personal growth. To combat perfectionism, it's vital to embrace the idea that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. Shifting your perspective from one that views failure as a setback to one that sees it as an opportunity for growth can be liberating. Each mistake is a chance to learn, adapt, and improve. Emphasizing progress over perfection allows you to appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. Setting realistic and attainable goals can also help alleviate the pressure of perfectionism. Break larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate each accomplishment along the way. By focusing on achievable milestones, you create a sense of momentum that fosters motivation and self-acceptance. It's important to remind yourself that done is better than perfect. Completing a task to the best of your ability, even if it's not flawless, is still an achievement. Practicing self-compassion is another powerful tool in overcoming perfectionism. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when you face setbacks or challenges. Recognize that it's okay to be human, to have limitations and make mistakes. By fostering a more compassionate inner dialogue, you can diminish the harsh criticism that often accompanies perfectionistic tendencies. Consider the importance of surrounding yourself with a supportive community. Engage with friends, family, or colleagues who encourage you to embrace your authentic self, flaws and all. Sharing your struggles with perfectionism can create a sense of connection and remind you that you're not alone in this battle. Overcoming perfectionism is a journey that requires patience and practice. It's about learning to appreciate the beauty of imperfection and recognizing that it's okay to be a work in progress. Embrace the messy, unpredictable nature of life and give yourself permission to strive for excellence without the burden of perfection. By doing so, you open yourself up to greater fulfillment, creativity, and genuine joy in your pursuits. Balance is a vital yet often elusive aspect of life that many of us strive for but struggle to achieve. In a fast-paced world filled with competing demands, work, family, relationships, personal interests, it can feel overwhelming to juggle everything. The constant push and pull of responsibilities can lead to stress and burnout, making it essential to seek harmony in our lives. At its core, balance means finding a way to allocate your time and energy in a way that feels fulfilling and sustainable. It's not about achieving perfection in every area, but rather about recognizing what matters most to you and prioritizing those aspects. This requires self-awareness and the ability to evaluate where you are currently investing your time and whether it aligns with your values and goals. Creating balance often involves setting boundaries. Many people struggle with saying no, whether it's to extra work commitments, social obligations, or even personal projects that feel important. However, learning to set clear boundaries is crucial for preserving your time and mental health. By protecting your personal time and space, you create an opportunity to recharge and focus on what truly matters. It's also important to recognize that balance is not static, it's a dynamic process that changes with the seasons of life. There will be times when work demands more of your attention and other times when family or personal well-being takes precedence. Embracing this ebb and flow is essential. Flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances without feeling guilty or overwhelmed. In pursuing balance, self-care plays a critical role. It's easy to let self-care slip to the bottom of the priority list when life gets busy. However, investing time in activities that nurture your well-being, whether it's exercise, hobbies, mindfulness practices, or simply taking a moment to breathe, can significantly enhance your ability to manage life's demands. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining balance and resilience. Another key aspect of achieving balance is understanding the power of delegation and collaboration. You don't have to shoulder every responsibility alone. Whether at work or home, consider where you can share tasks or ask for support. This not only lightens your load, but also fosters a sense of teamwork and connection with others. Mindfulness can also be a valuable tool in your quest for balance. By practicing mindfulness, you can develop greater awareness of how you spend your time and energy. This awareness allows you to make conscious choices about where to invest your focus. It can help you stay present in each moment, whether you're at work, spending time with loved ones, or enjoying a quiet moment alone. Achieving balance is about making intentional choices that align with your values and priorities. It's about recognizing that it's okay to adjust your expectations and embrace imperfection. Life is inherently unpredictable, and sometimes the best laid plans can go awry. Learning to roll with the punches and find joy in the unexpected can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. As you navigate the complexities of daily life, remember that balance is a personal journey. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. Listen to your own needs, be compassionate with yourself, and take proactive steps toward creating a life that feels aligned and balanced. The pursuit of balance is ongoing, but each step you take brings you closer to a more harmonious existence, where all aspects of your life can coexist and thrive. Forgiveness is a profound and often challenging process that can have a transformative impact on our lives. It involves letting go of resentment, anger, and the desire for retribution, allowing us to free ourselves from the burdens of past grievances. While forgiving someone may not erase the hurt or the consequences of their actions, it can liberate us from the emotional weight that keeps us tethered to pain and disappointment. At its core, forgiveness is an act of compassion, not just toward others, but also toward ourselves. When we hold on to grudges, we often become prisoners of our emotions, replaying the hurtful events in our minds and allowing them to influence our present. This can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. By choosing to forgive, we take a step toward reclaiming our power and emotional well-being. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of those who have wronged us or minimizing the impact of their behavior. It's about acknowledging the pain and hurt while recognizing that holding on to those feelings serves no productive purpose. It can be a difficult journey, often requiring time and reflection. It's essential to process our emotions fully, allowing ourselves to feel the hurt before moving toward forgiveness. This acknowledgement is a crucial part of healing. One of the most significant barriers to forgiveness is the misconception that it means forgetting the wrongdoing. In reality, forgiveness involves remembering, but choosing not to let that memory dictate our emotional state. It's about finding a way to make peace with the past, allowing us to move forward without being haunted by it. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, freeing us to embrace the present and future without the chains of resentment. The act of forgiveness can also lead to deeper personal growth. It encourages us to reflect on our values, boundaries, and the nature of our relationships. Sometimes forgiving someone can open the door to a renewed connection, while other times it may lead to the realization that some relationships are no longer healthy or beneficial. In either case, the process fosters self-awareness and can help us establish healthier patterns in future interactions. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. When we let go of anger and resentment, we create space for positive emotions such as joy, peace, and love to flourish. It allows us to cultivate a more compassionate mindset, not just toward others, but also toward ourselves. By practicing self-forgiveness, we learn to acknowledge our imperfections and accept that we too are deserving of grace and understanding. Engaging in practices that support forgiveness can be beneficial. Journaling about your feelings, discussing your experiences with a trusted friend, or seeking guidance from a therapist can all help you navigate the complexities of forgiveness. Rituals, such as writing a letter expressing your feelings, even if you never send it, can also provide a cathartic release. Forgiveness is a deeply personal journey, and there's no right or wrong way to approach it. It requires patience and an open heart. As you navigate the process, remember that it's okay to take your time. Each step you take toward forgiveness is a step toward reclaiming your peace and emotional freedom. Embracing forgiveness can lead to profound healing, allowing you to live a life unburdened by the past and open to new possibilities. Passion is a powerful driving force that infuses our lives with purpose and meaning. It's that exhilarating feeling that arises when we engage in activities that resonate deeply with who we are. Whether it's art, music, sports, writing, or any other pursuit, passion ignites our spirit and fuels our desire to excel. When we tap into our passions, we often find ourselves more motivated, more creative, and more alive. Discovering what truly ignites our passion can be a journey in itself. Many people drift through life, caught up in the demands of daily responsibilities, and may feel disconnected from their true interests. The fast pace of modern life can make it easy to overlook the activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. To cultivate a sense of passion, we need to carve out time for self-exploration and reflection. This might involve trying new things, stepping outside our comfort zones, or revisiting hobbies that once brought us joy. Once we identify our passions, nurturing them becomes essential. This often requires dedication and perseverance. Passion is not always a straight path. It can involve challenges, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt. Yet, it's through these obstacles that we can grow and deepen our commitment to our interests. The journey itself becomes a rich experience, filled with learning and discovery. Engaging with our passions also provides a sense of belonging and community. Whether through classes, workshops, or clubs, connecting with others who share similar interests can enhance our experiences and inspire us further. These connections can lead to valuable friendships and collaborations that enrich our lives in ways we might not have anticipated. Passion can serve as a source of resilience during tough times. When faced with challenges or adversity, having a passion to turn to can provide comfort and a sense of purpose. It allows us to channel our energy into something constructive, helping to alleviate stress and anxiety. The act of immersing ourselves in what we love can be a form of self-care, a reminder that life is not just about responsibilities and obligations. As we embrace our passions, it's important to remember that they don't always have to be career-oriented. While some people find ways to turn their passions into professions, others may choose to keep their interests as hobbies, allowing them to exist as joyful pursuits outside of work. This balance can be liberating, allowing us to enjoy our passions without the pressure of performance. Reflecting on our passions can provide insight into our values and priorities. They often reveal what we truly care about, guiding our decisions and helping us align our lives with what we find meaningful. Pursuing our passions encourages us to live authentically, making choices that resonate with our true selves. In a world that often emphasizes productivity and achievement, cultivating passion is a reminder of the importance of joy and fulfillment. It encourages us to savor the process rather than solely focus on outcomes. When we engage wholeheartedly in activities that excite us, we contribute to our well-being and happiness. Passion is about more than just enjoyment. It's about connection, growth, and living a life that feels rich and fulfilling. Embrace your passions, let them guide you, and allow them to infuse your life with purpose. In doing so, you'll find that your journey becomes not just about achieving goals, but about creating a life that resonates with who you truly are. Vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness, but in reality, it is a profound strength that allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. It involves opening ourselves up to uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. When we embrace vulnerability, we create space for authentic relationships, personal growth, and emotional healing. Many of us fear vulnerability because it requires us to confront our insecurities and fears. We worry about being judged, rejected, or hurt. This fear can lead us to build walls around ourselves, presenting a polished version of who we are to the world. While this facade may protect us from immediate discomfort, it also limits our ability to form genuine connections. Authenticity comes from being real, and that often means showing our scars along with our strengths. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others into our lives in a more meaningful way. Sharing our struggles, fears, and uncertainties can foster empathy and understanding. It creates a safe environment where others feel encouraged to share their own experiences. This mutual sharing deepens our relationships, allowing for greater intimacy and support. In a world that often promotes individualism and self-sufficiency, vulnerability reminds us that we are all human and interconnected. Embracing vulnerability can lead to significant personal growth. It encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, take risks, and pursue what truly matters to us. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to new experiences and opportunities. We learn to adapt, cope with challenges, and develop resilience. Each time we face our fears, we grow stronger and more capable, ultimately expanding our capacity for joy and fulfillment. Vulnerability is also an essential aspect of self-compassion. When we acknowledge our imperfections and allow ourselves to feel our emotions fully, we create a nurturing environment for healing. This process involves accepting that it's okay to struggle, to make mistakes, and to seek help when needed. By being gentle with ourselves in moments of vulnerability, we cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience. Vulnerability can enhance our creativity. When we allow ourselves to express our true selves without the fear of judgment, we can tap into deeper levels of inspiration and innovation. This openness fosters an environment where ideas can flourish, leading to authentic expressions of art, writing, and other creative pursuits. Embracing vulnerability allows us to break free from the constraints of perfectionism and fear, ultimately leading to richer and more fulfilling creative endeavors. It's important to remember that vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or exposing ourselves in ways that feel unsafe. It's about discerning what feels appropriate and safe to share while still being open and honest. Setting boundaries is essential to maintain a sense of security while navigating vulnerability. Embracing vulnerability is a courageous act. It involves a willingness to face uncertainty, embrace imperfections, and seek connection despite the risks. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we enrich our lives and foster deeper connections with others. It is through vulnerability that we discover our true selves and cultivate a life filled with authenticity, resilience, and joy. In a world that often shies away from the rawness of human experience, Embracing vulnerability is a powerful choice that can transform our relationships and our lives. Resilience is the remarkable ability to bounce back from adversity, challenges, and setbacks. It is not merely about enduring tough times, but about growing and thriving in the face of them. Resilience encompasses mental, emotional, and even physical aspects, enabling us to adapt to change and recover from difficulties. It is a crucial skill that allows us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with strength and grace. At its core, resilience involves a mindset that embraces flexibility and optimism. When faced with obstacles, resilient individuals tend to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. This perspective encourages a proactive approach to problem solving and fosters a belief that we can influence our circumstances, even in difficult situations. By cultivating a resilient mindset, we empower ourselves to take control of our responses to adversity. One key aspect of resilience is the capacity to learn from experiences. Each setback can serve as a valuable lesson, offering insights into our strengths and weaknesses. Resilient individuals often engage in reflection, analyzing what went wrong and identifying strategies for improvement. This process transforms failures into stepping stones toward future success, allowing us to build confidence in our ability to handle challenges. Social support plays a vital role in fostering resilience. Strong relationships with family, friends, and community provide emotional backing during tough times. When we have a network of support, we can share our burdens and gain perspective from others who care about us. This sense of connection helps us feel less isolated, reinforcing the belief that we are not alone in our struggles. Seeking help and leaning on others during difficult moments can significantly enhance our resilience. Emotional regulation is another important component of resilience. The ability to manage our emotions, especially during stressful situations, allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Resilient individuals practice self-awareness, recognizing when they are feeling overwhelmed or anxious. By employing coping strategies such as mindfulness, deep breathing, or journaling, they can navigate their emotions effectively and maintain a sense of balance. Cultivating resilience also involves setting realistic goals and maintaining a sense of purpose. When we have clear objectives, we create a roadmap for ourselves, which helps us stay focused even in challenging circumstances. Resilience thrives in an environment where we can envision a future, motivating us to keep moving forward despite setbacks. A sense of purpose gives us the drive to overcome obstacles, reminding us why our efforts matter. Resilience can be nurtured through self-compassion. Acknowledging that everyone faces difficulties and that it's okay to struggle fosters a kinder relationship with ourselves. When we treat ourselves with compassion, we can reduce self-criticism and allow ourselves the grace to fail and learn. This self-acceptance is crucial for building resilience, as it helps us recover from setbacks without becoming discouraged. Resilience is a skill that can be developed over time. It's not about being invulnerable or immune to hardship, rather, it's about building the capacity to withstand and adapt to challenges. Each time we face adversity and emerge on the other side, we strengthen our resilience muscle, preparing ourselves for future challenges. Resilience is an essential trait that enables us to navigate life's inevitable difficulties with courage and adaptability. By fostering a resilient mindset, seeking support, regulating our emotions, and practicing self-compassion, we can build the tools necessary to thrive in the face of adversity. Embracing resilience allows us to turn challenges into opportunities for growth, ultimately enriching our lives and enhancing our overall well-being. In closing, the journey through the complexities of life often leads us to confront struggles such as self-doubt, perfectionism, and fear, yet within these challenges lies the potential for growth, connection, and resilience. Embracing authenticity allows us to show up as our true selves, while vulnerability fosters deeper relationships and opens the door to healing. Passion fuels our pursuits, giving our lives purpose and joy, and resilience equips us with the strength to navigate the storms we encounter. As we move forward, let us remember that it's okay to stumble and to feel unsure. It's through these experiences that we learn, adapt, and ultimately thrive. Each struggle we face is an opportunity for growth, each moment of vulnerability a chance to connect. By embracing our passions and cultivating resilience, we empower ourselves to lead lives rich with authenticity and fulfillment. Let us commit to nurturing these qualities within ourselves and supporting one another on this journey. Together, we can create a community where we uplift, inspire, and encourage one another to embrace the beautiful complexity of being human. Thank you.